Okay, I want to show you something I just realized they hid. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is a big deal to me. Everyone loves to quote this. It's First John chapter 4, verse 2. But by this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come, this is the key right here, in the flesh is from God. Okay. And this is what they left out on almost every translation. I'm going to show it to you. So this is what they put. But every spirit that does not confess Jesus Christ is not God. This is the spirit of the Antichrist. So it's not saying the flesh on First John chapter 4, verse 3. That is a major mistranslation. It is also deceiving because they have it in parentheses, like, was it in there or wasn't it? Because but it was in there, and I'm going to show you. And I think the reason they put it here is because they on purposely left it out the Bible. They did that on purpose. Oh, these little scribes are so devious. And any spirit that not confesses Jesus Christ in flesh has come from the God not is, and this is of Antichrist, which you have heard is coming, and now, that means back in the day of John, in the world is already. He's speaking of the false apostle Paul and all of Paul's followers. They are the Antichrist, which call themselves by the body of Christ, by the way. Jesus never told anyone to call anybody the body of Christ. No, he called the true believers the children of God. He never used the body of Christ. So I went to the Codex Sinaiticus just to verify this. This chapter 2, chapter, let's see, what is this? First John chapter 4, and this is verse 2 and 3. See this? What I highlighted on 3, that is flesh. And here it is on 2. They have to accept that Jesus came in the flesh, came, whatever. So all these people that supposedly saw Jesus not in the flesh, like Paul, is the Antichrist. His Jesus did not come in the flesh. His Jesus came as an angel of light. And I don't even want to say his Jesus, his Christ, which means anointed one, which he did call Jesus. And I'm going to show you where Paul literally denies being taught by Jesus. It's Galatians chapter 1, verse 12. Now, supposedly he says Jesus taught him, but his Jesus was not a man and was not in the flesh. Pay attention to what he says. For I did not receive it from any man, nor was I taught it, but I received it through the revelation of Jesus Christ. Hold on. So you didn't see Jesus in the flesh? Of course he didn't. He even denies Jesus being in the flesh. He says he's in the likeness of man, the likeness of flesh, likeness, the image of. Guess who that Revelations tells us that image of is? The beast. The image is the imposter, and that's the beast that has deceived the entire world. Okay, so this is Romans chapter 8, verse 3. This is where he denies that Jesus came in the flesh, but he says Jesus came in the likeness of flesh. See how crafty the devil is? Look here. For God has done what the law, weakened by the flesh, could not do. That's a total lie. But sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh. That sounds like the Antichrist, the image of, because Paul served a false Christ. Okay. And this is Philippians 2:7. But himself emptied form of a servant, taken in likeness of men. having been made. So he's denying he was a true man, and he's denying he had true flesh. It was just similar. Not only that, every time Paul, his conversion stories, this is not a flesh Christ. This Christ is described as a fallen angel, the same one described in Luke chapter 10, verse 8. Most people already know this. I just really wanted to show y'all like where they took out flesh from First John chapter 4, verse 3. The flesh is actually in there too. You can see it in the interlinear, and even though it's in brackets in that specific place, that's because they removed it, because it is in the oldest manuscripts. Those wicked devils.